welcome to Pull Up for the Culture of the Legacy Lounge, where we speak the truth our people carried in silence for generations. It's your girl, Kia, and today we are continuously unpacking this series called Inherited Silence. In part one, we talked about the inherited silence in our homes and in our culture. Part two, we talked about the inherited silence in parenting in regards to single parents. And today, we're going to talk about the inherited silence in dealing with grief, depression, and the unspoken pain in Black families. See, here, we're going to talk about the tears we never saw, the breakdowns we never discussed, and the silence that sat at the dinner table right next to us, or even sat next to us on our couch. See, what we have to understand is that grief is universal. But how we express it, that is often shaped by our culture, trauma, and survival. In Black families, pain was handled with prayer, pride, and privacy. There wasn't space to fall apart. There wasn't time to process things. You buried your loved one on a Saturday and went back to work on a Monday. That's the honesty of my situation. Buried my mother on a Saturday, went back to work on Monday. We didn't always get to sit with our sorrow. We were taught to keep it moving, but in that movement, some of us never healed. See, the reality is we often dress depression in productivity. See, let's talk about what depression looks like when it's hidden in high-functioning Black excellence. It's the concept of smiling at church and crying at home. It's achieving at work and being a go-getter while breaking down when you're in your silent space. It is literally taking care of everybody and nobody asking, "How are you doing?" The reality is we were never taught to say, "I'm not okay." What we do is say, "I just need a moment." Or we tend to tell people, "Pray about it." Or maybe you have some that'll say, "Man, you're not depressed. You're too strong to be depressed." But we have to understand that strength and struggle are not opposites. They often live side by side. See, there is a cost of suffering in silence. See, we've lost too many internal battles no one saw coming. We've watched parents numb pain with alcohol, work, or even anger. We've seen children internalize sadness as shame. We've also seen that silence around grief and mental health doesn't make us resilient. It keeps us isolated. It creates cycles where the next generation is forced to figure it out without any roadmap for healing. In order to break this silence, we have to make space for grief and mental health. How do we do that? We have to normalize therapy and emotional check-ins. We have to talk to our kids about feelings, not just facts. We have to be the backbone, but we also need to understand that we need to model vulnerability and not just strength. We have to create rituals for grief, such as having memorials or journals, or even having open conversations with your family members or friends. We have to learn to say, "I miss them. I'm tired. I need help." We deserve grief that is processed and not hidden. We deserve mental health support that is accessible and not shameful. Listen, we come from a people who learned to survive through deep sorrow and silence. But we are the generation that is choosing to survive by speaking, seeking, and healing. See, inherited silence may have protected us before, but healing requires honesty. Let grief speak. Let your sadness breathe. Let your children know that it's okay to mourn and still move. So this is a call for our people. How did your family talk about grief? Or did they talk about it at all? How are you shifting the conversation around mental health in your life and in your household? It is important to share your truth because silence doesn't have to be our legacy. This is Pull Up for the Culture, the Legacy Lounge. Part 3 of the Inherited Silence series. Until our next episode, be gentle with yourself, speak your grief, and honor your healing. If you want to continue this conversation, hop on over to pkmonet.educationalconsulting.com, click on groups, and click Pull Up for the Culture and join. It's been a pleasure. Take care of yourself and your mental health. And when you need support, you know what to do. And that's pull up. We out.